So what we can do with the new extension is to fetch the bricks data using GraphQL. In this case, I'm running this query that I'm fetching all the pages, and then I fetch the bricks data, but I don't have any page yet. So let's create our first page. Okay, so let's call this my first bricks page. All right, and let's add a template, quick and easy. I'm going to add this template here. All right, now we have inserted the template. Let's save this as draft and let's publish this. Now, when I go back to Gato GraphQL and we execute the same query as before, we can see now we're fetching the bricks data for that page. These are all the elements stored in the metadata by bricks. So now they become available via this API. So now you can fetch all the bricks data and do something with it. Maybe you want to render it. Maybe you want to create a carousel in your client side, or maybe you can transform this data and update this data. And that's what we're going to see in this video. So what things can we do with the combination of Gato GraphQL and bricks? Let's explore some options. First one is that you have a very granular access to all the bricks data. So as we saw just now, we could gather all of the elements on the page, but we can also filter them. Let's comment this. Oh, we need to provide here the variable of the custom post ID of the page, which I don't remember which one it is. Let's go back to the pages. This is 3054. I need to copy this and provide it here. So now if I query this again, now we are filtering and I only get the image elements. So for instance, with this, you might want to build a carousel in your client application, just fetching all of the image elements and nothing else. And if you want to only retrieve the URL and nothing else, you can also do that. So let's uncomment this. And now if I run this query again, as you can see now, I'm only fetching the URLs and nothing else. Okay, let me save this. Okay, let's see another example. So we can also modify data. In this, I have a query here to duplicate a bricks post. I know that you can also duplicate the bricks post using bricks itself, but this becomes programmatic. Now what you can do is to do this as some part of an operation. For instance, you can import data and create a new post on the fly, or you can replace data and once again have it on a different post, and all of this becomes part of your script. So let's once again do the custom post ID, which was 3054. And now if I run this and I go back to the pages, now we can see that this has been duplicated. And if we edit this with bricks, it is a copy of the original one. All right, let's see next example. Let's save this. Okay, next one. We just created this page from the template and we have all of these lorem ipsum and I don't like them. I want to run a query that will modify all of these with some other description that I pass. So let's do that. I have this replace the text elements, and in this case I will just replace it with simply first description, second description, third description, fourth description. Let's provide the custom post ID. Oops. Custom post ID, and in this case let's use the duplicated page, which has this ID. So now if I run this query and I refresh this page, we can see that the lorem ipsum descriptions have been replaced with whatever it is that I give it. First description, second description, third description, etc. And this happens because with GraphQL we can access data to consume, but also we can transform it and then update it on the database. And the access is very granular. In this case, I want to go all the way down to that text element and update that text element and nothing else. In this case, I'm providing the variables via this this client, but I can also get the data from somewhere else. In this case, for instance, I can also do it from a CSV. So something that you might want to do is to have a template on bricks and then create many pages in bulk from data contained in a CSV file. And this is what we're going to do right now. So I have this CSV. Let's see what it has. Let's open this. Okay, it's simply a column with a title and then the description. And so what we're going to say is import that data into these elements. Here we have the heading and we have the descriptions. So I want to fill that with the data from the CSV. So also here and same here. So let's run this query. We have to provide the custom post ID 62. Now I run this query, and if I refresh the page, now we can see that it has the elements coming from the CSV file here, here, and also here. All right. So far so good, but it gets better. You can also call any of these new AI services like ChatGPT or like Claude and modify your data. So something that you can do is you can grab existing data that you have on your Bricks page and modify it. Or you can create data using any of these new generators and add them into the Bricks page. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to replace all of those same descriptions with content created via ChatGPT. I don't want you to see my I don't want you to see my API key. And let's pass the custom post ID. I think I will have to reset that API key. So it was 3062. So what we're going to do here is this script is going to get the title, and based on the title is going to create automatically the description. So the prompt will be dynamic. Given this title and based on this title, please create a description. So that's what we're going to do with ChatGPT. So we run this query. Now this will take a bit longer because this is calling the ChatGPT API, and there you go. So it basically extracts the tiles, and using the tiles then it will generate the content. Now let's refresh this page, and there we go. As we can see, now this description has changed. It has been created using ChatGPT. Same with this one. Same with this one. All right. Next one. We can create content. We can also rewrite content. So in this case, we have this content. In this case, it was created with ChatGPT, but let's assume it was created somewhere else, and you want to rewrite it for better SEO. So then what we're going to do here, we're going to rewrite it for better SEO. So let's provide once again the custom post ID. And we run this. Now what this query is doing is, first it is extracting the current descriptions from the Bricks page, these ones in this case, and is saying please rewrite them for better SEO. So now if we now update the page, we can see that now it has been rewritten, something else that ChatGPT is giving us. All right, and I think I have one example more. Actually, two examples more. And this one, what it will do is, in this case, I'm going to use Claude, because basically what we're saying is this is an agnostic tool that you can call any API that you want. It doesn't have to be ChatGPT. And we're going to insert data created by Claude into another plugin. In this case, it's an integration with the SEO framework, not an integration with Gato GraphQL, but with the metadata. So we are directly going to access the metadata from that page with to add the keywords created via Claude for the SEO framework. So in order to do that, let's edit this page on WordPress. So we can see here we have, this is the metadata from the SEO framework. And we can see now it is empty. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. So what I will do is extract the descriptions from all of the text elements from Bricks and tell Claude, based on this content, please create metadata and insert it on the page. So once again, I will need this ID. I might need to regenerate my API key later on. Okay, and I run this. Now this time I'm going to call Claude. Okay, there it goes. And now if I edit this page here, now we can see that the tile here has been created, this, and also the meta description. And this is completely up to you. If you have a different plugin like Yoast, you can do with Yoast. With Rank Math, you can do with Rank Math. With Slim SEO, this is completely agnostic of the plugin. And then you can, of course, customize the prompt. So if you want to give it different instructions, of course, you can. It's really up to you how you use the tool. And finally, the last thing that we're going to see in this video is that everything that we have done here can be automated. Oh, actually, I will remove this. So here we don't have the custom post ID anymore. Okay, there we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say whenever you publish a new bricks page, I want you to automatically run this query that will create the metadata for the bricks page. So let's do that. So I have an automation rule here. It's called create SEO framework metadata when bricks page is published. So what this automation does is whenever this hook is triggered, in this case, go from any state to the published state for a page, it will pass the first argument to that hook as the GraphQL variable called custom post ID, and it will execute this persistent query, the one that we saw just now. We can select any of them, and we publish. Once it's published, now this is working. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to create a new page with bricks. And once I publish it, it will automatically create the content. So let's call this my second bricks page. And we edit with bricks. Let's do something quite simple. Let's add a section here, and let's add an element. Hello, my friends, my bricks friends. And let's create another one. Rich text. This is a demo. Okay, so now I save this, and I will publish this. And now there it goes. Now I go back to editing this in WordPress. And as you can see, now the title has been generated automatically. And also here the description has been generated automatically. So basically the automation is executing the persistent query that we set it up. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.